jump on this thing. Here we go. What's going on? What's going on? Said I just jump on this thing real quick. Matter of fact, let me get my headphones connected correctly. Said I'd pop up on y'all real quick. Just had the urge to get on here real quick, so I just went ahead and jumped on the live. Just spurred a moment out the blue. It's an early day for me. I decided to go ahead and close the shop up early today. Had a couple trades. I actually had a mistake trade in my live AMP account. But overall, it was a green trade. I mean, a green day. Took profit in that mistake trade in the AMP account, so that helped me pay for my fees in with my live account. I need to actually go back to trading that live soon. I think I'm pretty much done with the testing that I'm doing over there, even though I didn't really. I've seen everything that I needed to see. All right, so yeah, it was decided to go ahead and close. Price was trading so choppy, and I was already green for the day, so I decided to go ahead and call it a day early. Plus, I got some other things. I got some exciting projects that I want to work on. But while I was sitting here and uploading the journal recording, that has been uploaded. As you can see right here, it should be processing now. But anyway, so as I was doing all of that, I just got the urge to jump on live real quick. So I just went ahead and opened up OBS and hit the record button or the streaming button. Got some things. I don't know. I didn't really have anything to talk about. Just wanted to jump on. Just had the urge to jump on, so I went ahead and went with it. So yeah, I took a trade earlier up here around. So you can see this blue line right here is the point of control. So it was up here in this area. I don't remember the exact price that was at, but it was up here before. So I took a trade around there, somewhere in this range right here between 860 and 855. I took it short. So that was around here, around like 945, 948-ish. And it just chopped around for a while. And it hit my first target. All this is in the journal, by the way. It hit my first target, never reached my break-even trigger while I was in it. So based on the price action and what I was seeing with the delta, I just decided to go ahead and kill the trade for a small profit, right? So I took a profit with Leeloo, just a small profit with Leeloo, a small profit with AMP, with the AMP account, and in all of this noise right here, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and call it a day. It actually ended up trading in my favor to where where I would have liked it, but I wouldn't have been able. If I would have held that position, I would have just ended up with a break even anyway. So my decision to go ahead and use the price action to kill the trade was actually a good decision. And I never really got a solid setup to get back in. So that was the whole reason behind going ahead and calling it a day early. Also, just a random thought, just random out the blue. Somewhere in here I decided to just, do what I normally do where I don't have a clear setup, and I just decided to watch it. And just after I killed that trade, the position that I took earlier, I decided to just sit back and watch it. And then I came up with a term, like on the diamond hand side of the game, it's called popcorn eyes. So I'm gonna start calling that popcorn eyes, inspired by the whole diamond hands thing. Just a random thought. my creativity flowing. I don't know, maybe someone else has already said that before, but normally I'm gonna put this in the chat. When I decide to watch, and if I'm going to put it on Twitter or any social media platform that I want to post some ideas, I usually post the emojis like this. So I mean, it makes sense that it, popcorn eyes, right? Pretty, common sense type stuff. And see, like, price is still, so pre-market we were kind of bullish to neutral, and we were being up until like around, it's like around 840, we were being supported by the volume profile, or not, the power range low, and then we broke that, but we still, I used the -1 level to which is this yellow line right here, is my fib extensions. I should make a video to explain what I mean by, because I'm gonna start saying -1 and +1. But to stick to the point, so I use these first fib levels as a way to determine trend reversal. And before this period, we were pretty much bullish, and then we came down here and retested the -1 level, the trend reversal level, broke it, retested it. So around that time, this is before the open as well. Around that time, I pretty much saw the trend as being attempting to go bearish, and then we just started chopping around after the open. And we had some bullish momentum come in, being fought by the bears, and it's just a whole lot of nonsense volatility, and it just kept chopping around. So with all of that being said, it's good that I was able to end up with some profits today. Would have liked for it to be a better day, especially coming from a long weekend, to have a little bit more of a direction in terms of the price action, but I was able to get what I could get, so no complaints on my side. I have no complaints at all. And we're still kind of got this, what I call a W pattern. I like to kind of come up with my own terms for stuff. I know there are names for certain patterns, but I will name it my own thing sometimes. It's the creator inside of me. So yeah, I don't really have anything real to talk about, as you could probably see. Just had the urge to go ahead and jump on the stream for whatever random reason, and I went ahead and went with it. For everybody that's watching right now, anybody, how y'all doing in the markets right now? Y'all taking some profits from all this wild price action? Let me know in the chat if you're getting some greens on your screens. Some greens on your screens. From this point, see, this is the kind of price action that makes me want to trade the afternoon session more often. I don't, per my schedule, I don't really have the time. It doesn't fit for my schedule to trade the afternoon session. Not just with, I do have a regular 9 to 5, but I work in the evenings. But that's not even the only reason. Like when I'm off, I still, like, with the stuff that I have going on in the afternoon, my schedule still doesn't fit for me to be able to trade the afternoon session, even though I do see it as being actually better for my strategy. I'll probably sit behind the charts longer, but hanging with you, no direction. Right on. It's no direction at all. So I think, like, my whole point of even saying that, I think that there's a good chance that in the afternoon things will calm down and we'll start seeing some sort of direction. It doesn't have to, but there is definitely volume in the market. The delta is green so far, and I think we're just, battling it out right now, which is typical for the morning sessions. And the morning sessions are usually much harder to trade than any other, period in the future session. From my personal opinion and the way that I see the market, the way that I see NQ anyway, it looks like ES is pretty much the same thing. Gold had a nice little sell-off around 6 a.m. Eastern time, and now that's being retraced. Let me look at that on the 5-minute. Yeah. So I also watch gold from time to time when I'm thinking about it. Gold futures. Let me switch this over. I'm about to turn my cam off. So yeah, gold had a nice little sell-off pre-market and then chopped around at the open, and now it's been trading bullish, retraced pretty much, I'd say about 75% of that sell-off. And gold is what actually got me into trading futures, because I started out trading stocks, day trading stocks, but then I read the book Mastering the Trade. Can't remember the author's name, but it's the book Mastering the Trade, and it introduced me to the futures market. And I liked the way that gold was moving at the time that I was that I read that book and I was looking at the futures market. So I started out trading gold in the beginning, and I added NASDAQ and a lot of other. At that time I added a lot of futures contracts, but I was trading mostly GC and NQ, and it's also ES or E6, the European currency for futures. Because sometimes it's E6. It depends on what platform you're looking at. Sometimes it's E6, sometimes it's 6E. The actual symbol can change based on what platform you're looking at. John Carter, yep, that's it. Do you find the NQ having more price action in the afternoon than the S&P? I think the price action is actually pretty much the same. It's kind of it can be, the way that I look at it is in terms of profit potential, and it goes into the tick value and how, pretty much the price action. So, but sometimes the ES can have stronger moves in terms of tick value than the NQ, and sometimes NQ has bigger, stronger moves. It varies. It depends on which one has the most. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but which one has the most volatility or directional volatility that day. And it varies because sometimes it can be like the stocks within, like, so if Tesla or those NASDAQ stocks are having a strong day, then that's gonna reflect in with the Qs or the NASDAQ NQ futures, of course, right? Or if the S&P stocks are having a strong day, then you will see the same thing with ES. And that's one of the things that attracted me to NQ was I wouldn't just look at the ticks or, in terms of price action, I just wouldn't look at the points. I would look at the actual tick value. And when I was looking at it, when I did this research years ago, it's probably 2017. But when I did that research, I saw that the profit potential was more so favored for NQ in terms of tick value, and the pretty much like the average true range of how the price moves between NQ and ES. There would be more of you would have more potential with NQ. This is when I did the research. I haven't did the research in there because I journaled and wrote everything down. It was based on the strategy that I was using at the time. So I did that for about a year, and based off the numbers that I came up with, there was more profit potential with NQ. And then plus the fact that for my personality, I like the way that NQ moves. I like the price action of NQ more, so it just fits my personality more. So that's why I decided to trade NQ over ES. And I have traded ES before, but I've been way more profitable with NQ than ES. So just had to follow my true self and the frequency that I hold within. So it looks like momentum is slowing down in terms of volume and also price action. We got this nice little range between 880 and I would say 825. The session high is actually much higher than that. What is the session high? Multi-charts isn't as smooth as Sierra. Let's see. So the session high is up to 13,900. So if I was to continue to trade today, which I'm not, but I would be looking at watching that 900 level if it continues bullish. But it looks like we could actually hang around in a range for a while. But volume does seem to be in favor of the bulls. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. I had the urge to do it, and I did it. Go ahead. I got a project that I'm working on that I'm excited to get it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back off of here and work on that project. And hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Sound the Bell. Trade it easy.